We back, we back, we back. All right, so this part two. We are now gonna go over the second half, I guess, of all of our countless gym exercises. Not as much as last time though. So let's just get right into it. The barbell squat. You know, guys, the barbell squat is obviously a goat exercise. I mean, you already know it's the most effective for training legs. I mean, if you are like a true gym bro and you really enjoy the pain of like your muscles burning and just exhaustion, the barbell squat is one of those exercises where you really feel the burn. The same with leg extension, same with training forearms. It burns so much, and that's the pain. You can appreciate the pain factor of the squat. That's kind of the thing. People hate training legs, hate doing squats because it hurts. One of the hardest things to do in the gym, lifting weights. But the harder something is, the better. So gotta put it in the goat exercise. The front squat. Now this is it's much harder. I would say it's dangerous, but you know what? I actually think it might help you if you were a athlete trying to do the clean and jerk. So I'm just putting it neutral. I guess it does train your quads or whatever, but it's it's I mean, it's whatever. Okay, deadlift. I want to say deadlift is the goat, but I'm just gonna put it in most effective because the truth is to train your legs and your glutes and your hamstrings, there's more effective things. But I will say that the deadlift is probably one of the best ways to test how strong you are, how much you can lift. Kind of like I don't want to say an ego thing, but just sort of your pride in your own strength. So we'll put it in most effective. Romanian deadlift. This is also most effective. Another type of deadlift. Um, the RDL for short. Actually, we'll just put it in good. That's fair. Okay. Hex bar deadlift. Now this is actually much easier than a regular deadlift. You're able to it helps utilize certain muscles more than others, or just because, okay, it's like, I guess, a neutral grip, because you know how it's like it's on the side, so that really makes an effect in how you deadlift. I mean, like, you could probably deadlift more on the hex bar than just a barbell. So I'm gonna say most effective. And athletes use the hex bar a lot, especially football players. Smith machine squat. This is one of those things I'm gonna put it as just good, because it is good, but not as good as the barbell squats. You know, I mean, we talked about Smith machine exercises earlier, and just going back to that, I mean, the Smith machine, it's all right. It gets the job done. Machine belt squat. This kind of looks like the hack squat. A lot of people will say this and that about the hack squat, and oh, it's effective because it really isolates and activates and blah blah blah. I'm gonna just put it in neutral. I'm gonna put it right in the middle here. I really don't think you need to do the machine belt squat, guys. I mean, just do regular squats. See, that's the thing. Like, training is very simple. You don't really need a whole bunch of fancy exercises or just a bunch of exercises in general. You just need a few different core movements that you do, and then you're done. Body weight squat. That's calisthenics again. I'm gonna put it in neutral because it is ineffective if you're experienced, because at that point you got to do like 20, 30, 40 reps just to get a pump. You're not really strengthening your legs. You're just like I don't know. But if you're a beginner, yeah, body weight squats are good for you. But for most, gym goers, gym bros, I would not say. Stiff leg deadlift. I'm gonna put this in stupid and dangerous because that's the kind of thing. If you're not bending your knees, you're gonna completely mess up your back. So you'd have to go very light. Sumo deadlift. The sumo deadlift. It, it's just another way to deadlift. I don't really know if it makes you stronger like that, so I'm just gonna put it in neutral. I mean, I would say just do a reverse grip deadlift because those actually help you get the bar up. That's if you're doing a barbell. If it's a hex bar, there's only one way you can lift that, which is at the sides. So yeah, dumbbell Romanian deadlift. Ineffective because just do it with a barbell. Much better. Rack pull. It's ineffective. I mean, you don't really need it. You don't really need it. So yeah, safety bar squat. This, I mean, neutral. It's safer. You're avoiding injury, but you're not getting as strong as possible doing this. Deficit deadlift. And again, one of those other fancy deadlifts. Ineffective. The sissy squat, bro. Who has ever done the sissy squat, bro? Some of these names, like these exercises, again, they're just like, why are they even on here, bro? You know what? I'm gonna just put it in ineffective. I mean, come on, guys. What are you really gonna gain anything by doing a sissy squat? Like, come on, bro. Man, Bulgarian split squats. Oh man, one of the hardest movements, guys. The Bulgarian split squats. It burns. You gotta go light because literally you're doing one leg pretty much. I mean, like when you put all the pressure on one leg like that, I mean, you can ask anyone. The Bulgarian split squats are hard. So I'm gonna put it in good. Pistol squats. That's another thing, a fancy movement, but it actually does activate your quad. So we'll put it in good, and I think that is a fair place to put it. I mean, again, to get big legs, you really don't need to do pistol squats, but I mean, it could help. I guess if you want variety, yeah. Goblet squats. Oh, so this is the one with the dumbbell. This is another thing that athletes will do a lot, especially basketball players. Put it in neutral, Another thing with like all these exercises, a lot of these depend on what you're training for. Like, if you're training for sports, yes, a goblet squat will probably be good or most effective. But if you're just training for aesthetics or just to get strong, the goblet squat is not really needed. Box squats. No, this is just ineffective. If the range of motion is this small, I mean, what are you really doing? Like, it's useless. Single leg Romanian deadlifts. Neutral because the regular Romanian deadlifts are better. But, pin squats. We'll say good. The pin squat, another type of squat. I guess it gets the job done, guys. What can I say? I'm gonna be real with you. I think I know like 85% of these exercises on here, but some of this stuff like the box squat and some of these other stuff, like the sissy squat. I mean, who even heard of those, bro? Who is really gonna do that? It's almost as bad as doing good mornings, bro. Overhead squats. I'm gonna just say this is a stupid and dangerous movement because like this is not really gonna help you like do the clean and jerk or nothing. It's not really gonna. It's an inefficient way to train your legs. You're just tiring out your arms, and your shoulders, your chest. I mean, like imagine, let's say you lifted heavy on like arms one day and then you came to do legs the next day, but you were doing this movement. So now you're actually just fatiguing your arms, like it like look at it, guys. I mean, tell me please how this is really beneficial to you. Like you got a big weight over your head and you're trying to squat down. Like this is not no Zercher squats. Oh, dude, this that one squat that like Greek powerlifter of it. What was it like? Man, it was like Kyrgios or something. Like I've seen it, but he invented it because like he had so many injuries, he couldn't really do a whole lot. So he kind of decreased the range of motion greatly. Um, Put it in neutral. I don't really think it's effective, but if you're like the same as him where you have an extensive injury history, then I guess a movement like this would be beneficial to you. So we'll put it in neutral. But again, for the majority of people, like who really is a power lifter like that? A strong man. Not many. And who really have that many injuries like Kyrgios or whatever? Not a whole lot of people. So we'll just put it in neutral. But like I said, if you're in the same situation as him, yeah, it is beneficial. Hip abduction. Now, I could say this is gay. It kind of is. But it does work your inner thigh. And so, just, I mean, you can do it, just, you're going to catch a lot of smoke for doing something that is gay. Another hip, why do we have two hip abductions, bro? I'm going to put it the same as here. I don't know we need two of the same. I don't even see like the variation or the difference. Lying leg curl. Okay, this is effective. Tom Platz trained with the lying leg curl a lot. I feel like you can maybe go a little bit harder and further than, say, if just you're on the regular leg curl machine. It is good. It's a really good movement, guys. Your hamstrings are really gonna burn. Seated leg curl. So this is the one I was talking about just now. Also good for hamstrings. And also, they're both are really good. You could do either one, and you would get big hamstrings. Standing leg curl. No, I'm gonna put this as ineffective because again, we have two different types of leg curls, and then now your calves are involved. You're trying to balance, even though you're on a machine, you still gotta balance yourself. Inefficient. So if it's inefficient or not the most efficient, then it's gonna be ineffective compared to the other exercises. So we're gonna put it in the ineffective category. Leg extensions. Oh yeah, this is most effective. Leg extensions are what you use to get big quads. Quintessential leg day exercise. Absolutely necessary. There is no way that you can't do leg extensions. I mean, you have to do it. You have to do it, guys. Hip thrusts. So many questionable movements, guys. I mean, if you a dude now, hey, you already know how to thrust. But hey, we're not going to go into detail on that one. We'll just put it in neutral. You don't need to do it, but it will still help you with your legs. So, glute bridge. This is one of those exercises that you would see if you downloaded like a 30-day workout app and it tells you day 5 leg day, 2-minute glute bridge or something. Guys, don't do the glute bridge, guys. There's so many better things that you can do to train your quads or whatever than your glutes than a glute bridge. Glute ham raise. Again, ineffective. So much. Glute kickback, no. I mean, I'm honestly getting sick of some of these exercises, bruh. Dumbbell lunges. These are good. The dumbbell lunges are good. They will It's good because it isolates it. It's just easier for you than if you were doing a barbell. I don't even know if you could do barbell lunges. That'd be pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie. So dumbbell lunges are good. You know, please guys, if you're training legs and if you're trying to do lunges, then I would say do the dumbbell lunges. Barbell lunges. Now this is hard, so I'm gonna just put it in neutral. This again, one of those things. Who do you really see doing barbell lunges in the gym? Like, tell me, please. I want to know. So I'm gonna just say neutral. Cable kickbacks. Uh, we'll put it in neutral. One of those things, it will isolate the hamstring, I guess. But is it really needed? No. And then landmine squat. Guys, you don't need the landmine squat. Side lunges. This is like a warm-up exercise, guys. I'm going to put this in neutral. You're not really building muscle if you're doing side lunges. The hack squat. Okay, so this is actually, they do have a hack squat in here, because I know a few minutes ago we had that one exercise and it looked almost like a hack squat. Although I don't know if the hack squat is this far back, this horizontal. I feel like you should be up a little bit more on the hack squat, but I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of mixed opinions on the hack squat. So I'm gonna just put it in neutral because I think that's a fair place to put it. I mean, again, you really don't need to do it. You can just do other stuff that we've already talked about. But, if you want to do it, I mean, go ahead. Go ahead and experiment. See what works for you. The hack squat may be a really good movement. Cable pull through. Again, one of those things to train your lower back. A lot of people don't really train their lower back. It gets neglected. We be focusing on the shoulders and the rear delts and lats, but no one really trains lower back a whole lot. And it's something you wanna train because that's a huge part of your back, guys. I mean, you can't just have a strong upper back and then a weak lower back. You gotta train your whole back. So where did we put it? And man, okay, you know what? If I see it again, I'll put it in good. But I kind of lost it in all this list of exercises. So yeah, vertical leg press. You're basically inverted doing the leg press. I mean, I don't think this is like a regular leg press. So I'm gonna just put it as ineffective. Guys, the leg press in general is really ineffective, but it does build some muscle, so we'll put it here. I mean, the exercise itself, naturally, the range of motion is limited on the leg press. Anytime the range of motion is limited on an exercise, the less effective it is. Because if you have a shorter range of motion, that means your muscles are not getting the deepest stretch possible. They're not getting the micro tears. Every time we lift weights, we're creating micro tears in our muscles. It's like 1,000 little paper cuts on the muscle, on the inside. But when you're doing something like a short range of motion like that, it's lessened, So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that were kind of works, but if you are serious about getting big legs, you would really want to focus on leg curls and squats and leg extensions, So, as far as the leg press, I mean, that's cool, if you're going for strength, you don't want to be like Ronnie Coleman, lightweight, baby, yeah! Doing the 3,000-pound leg press, But, I mean, do you really need to, guys? So, hey, you don't got to listen to me, do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, not the best thing. Nordic hamstring curls. Well, I'm putting it in neutral. Just, so many other hamstring and leg curls. don't really need it. Standing calf raise. Okay, I've never really trained calves a whole lot, but when I did, I found that like you probably are gonna have to go heavy on calf raise because doing a standing calf raise, like guys, if you've ever done it with like just in a calisthenics way, just no weight, just your body, it's so easy. You could probably do like 100 of those, maybe more. I mean, it's really an easy movement, extremely easy. So I think you're gonna have to go very heavy on calf raise to see growth, and that's one of those things, you know. I think the calf is like the hardest muscle to grow, just in general. Definitely in the leg, and maybe the whole body. Of course, maybe the brain is the hardest part to grow because some people these days, you know, I feel like they lack a brain sometimes. But yeah, the calf raise. I mean, it's not ineffective, but it feels ineffective though, because you can go heavy and still probably do a whole lot of reps, and you will see very little calf growth over a long time. It's going to take you a very long time to develop your calf. So we'll put it in the bottom of neutral. Borderline ineffective, guys. But I mean, like, probably one of the only ways to, us one of the few calf exercises. So it is what it is. Seated calf raise. You know, I don't know how a seated calf raise, what effect that would have on your calves. Like, would it put more pressure? Would it take less? So I'm just gonna put it in neutral. But you know, I don't know if it. I feel like it'd probably be easier to put load and pressure on the calf if you're standing than if you're sitting. So if you're trying to grow your calves, which I would say you should probably do the standing calf raise, and you got to be very patient because again, it's going to take you a very long time to grow your calves. Seated dumbbell press. So this just looks like a shoulder press. Put this in most effective because the shoulder press, you know, always going to build your shoulders. Just a great movement. You know, I don't really got to say a whole lot about it because you guys already know. Dumbbell front raise. So again, another thing for your back. I'll put it in good. It's a solid movement. It is a good part of your arm day, so I would say to use it. And hopefully it'll grow your back. So we have landmine press. Okay, this is another thing. Now that I think about it, guys, the landmine press is what like a lot of sports players are gonna do for their training. You know, for like football and stuff. You know, like the push press, that kind of stuff. You know, so I'm gonna put it in neutral because how many people are really training in like isometrics and plyometrics and that kind of stuff? You know, very few. Sports players will do it a lot, yeah, because that's part of their regimen, you know, part of being an athlete. But for the normal person, I don't know if you would really need to do a landmine press. But if you're a sports player, yeah, absolutely. I would say if you're a sports player, the landmine press is probably most effective. But again, this list is just going for like the regular gym bro pretty much. So you know, again, you know, the exercises that work for you, that's what you got to go with. But the landmine press is not really going to be good for most people. Dumbbell reverse fly. The dumbbell reverse fly, you know, I'm going to say we got to go neutral. Because just do regular chest flies, guys. It's really not like, it's just not needed. And, you know, again, like if it's not needed, I'm going to put it in ineffective or neutral. If there's a better movement to train that muscle group, then I'm going to put it as ineffective. Standing dumbbell press. Okay, to me, this is probably just good. Not as good as the shoulder press because when you're standing, like in terms of the shoulder press, you're actually using, it's actually easier. and that puts less stress, less pressure on your shoulders. So I'll put it in good. Standing barbell press. So this kind of looks like an overhead press. Do we have an overhead press here? We do not. So I'm gonna say the standing barbell press, which is just another term for overhead press, is good. The standing barbell press, it works your shoulders, and it's almost like a standing bench press too. I mean, you're training your back. Like, guys, that's the other thing. Anytime you're doing the bench press, your back is like also getting activated. So like you could like strengthen your back collaterally just by doing the bench press. So this is a good movement, compound lift, which will get you stronger, your upper body. So yeah. Seated Arnold press. Easily top 5 most ineffective exercises on this list in terms of training for shoulders, maybe all time. Bro, the Arnold press is so useless. Like, you're doing a regular shoulder press, and then you just, okay, so like, right, you shoulder press it, right, and then you pull it down, and you bring it forward. What the heck does that accomplish? Like, you're just moving the weight extra when you don't need to. So, it's just completely ineffective. You guys already know. I don't even need to say anything else. Machine shoulder press. This is good. I sometimes I do the machine shoulder press, It's just easier on the joints, of course, which, especially when you're training shoulders, you got to watch out for your shoulders. And so, because if you mess up your shoulders, that messes up your arms, messes up your back. So, this is, a good, safe way to strengthen your shoulders. We're almost done, guys. We only have a few left. Behind the neck shoulder press. You don't really need to do it, so I'm just gonna put it as ineffective. Kind of gonna speed through this now, guys. Dumbbell lateral raises. It's hard. It's humbling, but in training our back, it gets the job done. So we're gonna say good. All right. Machine lateral raise. Nope. Because only the dumbbell lateral raise is what you want to do. Cable lateral raises. Okay, actually, I stand corrected. You do want to do some cables too. This is another great way. We'll put it in good. So, next. Machine reverse fly. So this is for training your back. Neutral. We'll give it neutral. I mean, it will train your delts and stuff and whatever in the inner and outer part, long head, short head. But it's whatever. Barbell upright row. The upright rows, guys, I don't really know about those. I think you should just do regular rows, bent over or on a bench with a dumbbell. I'm going to just put this in neutral. Cable upright row, same thing, neutral. So, I mean, so many different rows, guys. Because we did a bunch of rows earlier, and we got all these rows now. Cable reverse fly. You don't really see a whole lot of people doing these, but you do see some. We'll just give it neutral too, and I feel like that's fair. The push press, neutral. I mean, that's another thing athletes will do a lot, but pike push-ups. I'm gonna be real, guys. I've never really done these. I see a lot of people do them though, like on YouTube and social media. Part of calisthenics. We'll put it in neutral. The snatch. Now this is something I alluded to earlier. It's a part of the clean and jerk. You have to do the clean and then jerk it and then snatch. And so that's just like an Olympic type of thing. But again, sports players will do it too. I would put it in good, And I think as a normal person, even a regular gym bro, you should try and be doing the clean and jerk and the snatch, because this is something that will help out with your functional strength. And just, this is the kind of thing where You doing the clean and jerk and the snatch will translate to you being able to move furniture and stuff like that better, functional strength. Wall balls. Bro, what is this? We in the first grade now, bro? We playing wall ball again? I ain't heard wall ball since elementary school. I mean, if you trying to have fun, trying to have nostalgia as when you was a kid, yeah, sure, it's good. But if you're trying to get strong and all that stuff, it's ineffective. In fact, I'm gonna put this at the bottom of ineffective. Wrist curls. This is probably one of the few ways to build forearms. There's not a whole lot of ways to build your forearms, guys, or isolate them. Really, all you can do is wrist curls. There's some stuff I didn't see on here. Like, here, let me see. Yeah, they don't have it, but the farmer's walk, or the twirly thing, guys, those things don't work. The farmer's walk, you'd have to do it for a long time. So I mean, if you're a farmer and you're carrying hay bales and other stuff for long times, yeah, you're gonna have awesome forms. But if you're in the gym, nah, don't do farmer walks. So yeah, wrist curls most effective, and they burn so much when you're training to strengthen your wrists. Clean, again, all the clean and jerk things we already talked about them. I'm just gonna put them all in most effective, and then shoot, I think I just lost it. Got over 150 exercises on this list. It's easy. You get lost in the countless different exercises we could do. All right. Well, just you guys know the clean is most effective. Clean and jerk. Another thing most effective. So I'm gonna just skip through all that, and let's just see what else. What do we have? The pin press. We had the push press, the pin press. Man, I'm gonna just put this in effective. Burpees. If you're an athlete, burpees are good. Burpees are good for if you're a normal person too. You're just starting out. I mean, I used to do burpees. I remember last year, my uncle and me, we were doing these things where we would do 100 push-ups before bed, right? And this is like a 30-day program. So days 1 through 15, we do 100 push-ups before bed, and then day 16 through 30, we did 100 burpees before bed. And push-ups, that's basically we're doing 100 push-ups and 100 squats now. That's what a burpee is, bro. And we got to jump up every time. So I was like, man, I was getting sweaty before bed, man, and it was, man. But it really does work though. Like, you guys, it helps build athleticism. It's an explosive movement. You're using the fast twitch muscles. You're trying to do it as fast as possible. Like, you do a burpee, you squat, you do a push-up, you jump up, and you repeat. So, again, it's a great movement. I put it in the middle of good. But a lot of people are not going to do calisthenics, so they're going to miss out on the burpees. Dumbbell snatch. I mean, I guess I'll just put it in neutral, because the other snatch, like the barbell is the best way to do it, guys. Excuse me. A dumbbell, I don't really know about that, guys. So yeah, there you have it. This is our list. Extremely long list. We got the GOAT exercises, the most effective. Let me know what you guys think. I could see people arguing with like, oh, dips are not the GOAT, and the push-ups and pull-ups are not the GOAT. There probably would be people who argue with that. To me, this is just, maybe I'm biased because I really like calisthenics, but all these GOAT exercises, they're really the GOAT. I mean, like, push-ups, I already explained earlier, all this stuff. And so yeah, this is our list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and yeah, I guess that's gonna do it. I'll see you guys in the next video.